Hey guys, I just wrote the world's shortest fanfiction. It goes, last night I made love to a can of chips. Is this even how shipping and fanfictions work? Chat is real, and there are crumbs everywhere. Last week I attended a YouTube film festival called Bufferfest. It was pretty neat because there was a red carpet event, and I've never really been on a red carpet before, but the quality of the carpet was subpar. It was more like walking on a cherry-colored piece of felt.
So we're all dressed up.
I'm on a carpet, and it's red. It feels very cheap. And personally, I don't really like being all dressed up. I just don't feel very comfortable. But I guess when you go on the red carpet, you have to be, you know, fancy in a suit and tux. And the thing I wonder about being dressed up is, who decided that the tie was a good idea? Oh, don't you look just fabulous in that blazer and dress shirt, but you know what would really complete the look? A noose around my neck? Yes! I don't know how many of you have actually been on a red carpet before, but at the end of the red carpet, there's this area where people can bombard you with photographs. It's kind of like a rainbow, and how at the end there's a pot of gold, but instead it's a red carpet, and at the end there's a cage of embarrassment. So I walk all the way to the end of the carpet, and I hear, hey, let's get a photograph! Okay, Matt, here's your chance. You've got one shot. This might never happen again, and this is how they're going to remember you. Don't screw this up. Make sure you look really, really, really good. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I messed that one up really hard. That's my red carpet face, and I look like a bag of turds. After the red carpet event, we all went to the top of the CN Tower, which is Toronto's gigantic, phallic, wiener-shaped building. And at the top, they have not only a restaurant, but fear itself, terror, sheer horror, the worst glass floor you will ever see, and an old man who cannot find the down elevator. Where am I, and why can't I leave this dick-shaped building? So yeah, I got to face my worst fear ever, which is heights, and Jesse from Prank vs. Prank gave me some excellent advice that went something like, hey, if this building tips over, it's going to crash into a lot of stuff. Thanks, man. Something else that was really cool about Bufferfest is that I got to play my videos in the Toronto International Film Festival, like, theater building, which is kinda crazy because my videos not only are not international, but they make the elderly uncomfortable. Like, they've premiered a lot of actual movies there, like The King's Speech, Silver Linings Playbook, Crash, and a video of me jumping naked on a yoga ball. How international of me. So all in all, Buffer Festival was a 10 out of 10. I had a great time. I love hanging out with my American friends. We're all like a gigantic inbred family that gets to hang out like 3 times a year. And it was amazing listening to them complain about how their cell phones don't work. Because now they know what it's like to travel to another country and not be able to get a hold of anybody. It was just fantastic. So I thought I would leave you with a couple tips and tricks on how to survive any convention, because I've been to a bunch myself and I've picked up a few life lessons along the way from a couple thugs on the street. Tip number 1. Find a 7-Eleven, because they will have everything you need for such a reasonable price, and 7-Eleven will be your best friend. Tip number 2, bring some friends and share everything. Conventions are harder on your wallet than a pedophile on his crotch near a playground. Tip number 3, pack very lightly. Bring only what you're really gonna need for the weekend, because dragging your wardrobe across the city really sucks. Tip number 4, socks. If you're going to pack anything, make sure you have enough socks. And you're going to thank me when your feet don't smell like you've been traipsing through a cabbage patch. And the last tip is, when you receive a pamphlet with a map and a schedule and a list of things, make sure you hang on to it and read it, because it has all the information that you're gonna need. And yeah, I know the other option is, no, we'll just throw the pamphlet out and we'll wing it and we'll see everything tomorrow. That's not gonna happen ever. Make a plan, because I have never done that and I've just always been late to everything. So before I end this video, I want to give a big shout out to Audible.com for helping me connect with you guys this week. Audible is the leading provider in audiobooks online, and they're giving the Crew 124 a free book for trying their service. So go to audible.com/MattG to pick a book out of 150,000 titles. Personally, I'm really into stand-up comedians, so I had to search for Dad is Fat by Jim Gaffigan, because he's one of my favorite comedians, and they totally had it, so I downloaded it immediately. But if that isn't your thing, I'm sure you'll find something that tickles your fancy, because Audible.com has almost every genre you could think of, and you won't even have to read it. That somebody reads it to you, that's the best part. It's like getting entertained, and then not having to read. It's the best of both worlds for people like me with reading disabilities. So go check out audible.com/MattG, and I will see you guys on Friday. Sad.
You had to strip down?
Yeah, 'cause I'm sad.
Oh, what do you do when you're happy?
Same thing. It's hard to tell.